2009, we made history with the election of President Barack Obama. He called us to service as there remains much work to do to end unemployment, poverty, and crime in our communities. There's so many books on how we can accomplish this. But this year, everyone's raving about this summer's hottest new book, The Solution for Black America, Reclaiming, Rebuilding, and Restoring the Urban Ghettos in America by Chicago's own Emmanuel Barbie. A graduate of Northeastern Illinois University, Barbie addresses key ways we back our families and communities. But unlike so many other books on this topic, Barbie captivates his reader, presenting solutions through a riveting life story. It's entertaining, it's different, it's exciting. The perfect book club selection. Don't be left out. Get your copy of The Solution for Black America, Reclaiming, Rebuilding, and Restoring the Urban Ghettos in America. Order today at Amazon.com.
Hi, my name is Emmanuel Barbie. This video is not for entertainment. It's a public announcement. I'm calling upon ordinary Christians within the United States and Christians from around the globe to join my cause, help stop the genocide in American ghettos. My cause is based on my virtual Christian organization, the Grassroots Community Activist Movement. I can't sugarcoat genocide. This is a very serious matter which needs to be addressed. I named my online talk show after the title in order to get others involved with my cause. I created my show as a way to give ordinary, law-abiding activists, artists, Christian leaders, and small business owners an opportunity to promote their products and services to my listeners from the podcast community in the convenience and privacy of your home. My show is available every Thursday evening from 10 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Central Time via Facebook Messenger, Google Plus Hangouts, Skype, uvu.com, and or freeconferencecall.com. I also do an extended weekend edition for busy people who are unable to participate on Thursday evenings, as well as to accommodate my international friends who live on different time zones. If I have guest speakers during the weekend edition, I will post that information on my page and also in my social groups. The days and times are as follows: Friday through Sunday from 5 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Central Time. I also created this show as a platform for people on my friends list from all over the globe to connect with me in real time via voice chat or video chat, to give a voice to the voiceless and raise awareness about the genocide which is taking place within our inner cities across the United States and what we can do to solve this crisis. I'm trying to use this show to encourage others to read my story, quote, The Solution for Black America, Reclaiming, Rebuilding, and Restoring the Urban Ghettos in America, 2nd edition, which is available on Amazon.com. In my revised book, I provide a 21st century plan to eradicate urban violence while at the same time meet the social needs of the community and families we will serve. If you want to advertise your business, small ministry, or share your talents and skills on my show, just send me your email address to my Facebook inbox, my Google email inbox, or to my LinkedIn inbox, and I will make arrangements to have you on my show, as well as I was send you specific information about my virtual Christian organization, GERCAM, information about my revised book, and information about my urban Christian film, which is going to be based on my book. What makes my show different from other talk shows is that I want to interact with people on my friends list and people in my social groups so that everyone's voice is heard. My show is about discussing controversial topics within the Black community, from spiritual warfare, health and wellness, political and social issues, and current events as it pertains to end times prophecy. You don't have to be a Christian to be on my show. All I ask is that you respect our beliefs. In time, my Christian organization will take the lead in providing a variety of products and services for consumers and businesses with a focus on e-commerce, finances, and digital content. I want to give our artists the exposure they deserve without all the hassle. I'm always looking for talented individuals to join my online talk show until I'm able to move my virtual Christian organization from behind a computer. This evening, my presentation is Help Make Our Urban Communities Safe Again. The grassroots community activist movement will take the lead in pathetic resistance. I'm looking to connect with other like-minded Christians across the United States to work with me and Sister Renee by praying with us, and most of all, by reading my story. So that way, I don't have to waste time trying to explain it to everyone. It's already in writing. We can no longer tolerate violence, systematic injustice, and marginalizing that's taking place in our inner cities. I will also be discussing the main structure in our society which promote racial and economic exclusion in order to maintain mega corporations, private for-profit prison industry, and their harmful effects it has on our families and our communities. My goal for creating this video is to connect with other like-minded Christians and others who is willing to work with me across racial and class status in order for us to confront these policies which seeks to demonize us and divide us. We as Christians are called not so much to enter troubled waters, but to be the bridge over troubled waters, but to actually trouble the waters, to disrupt and confront injustice, to resist and tear down dehumanizing structures so that we can create a new system which is, as far as I'm concerned, like advancing the kingdom of God and help give back people's God-given dignity. We must disrupt those who seek to rob our medical care, especially from the urban poor. We must disrupt those who would take food and nutrition assistance from the mouths of children. We are called as Christians to trouble the water so that we can help advance the kingdom of God. My question to Christians: are you a chaplain of the empire or prophets of the resistance? Remember, Jesus told us to focus on the least of these in our society, according to Matthew chapter 25, verse 35 through 40. According to the New King James Version, James chapter 2, verse 14 through 17. Faith without works is dead. What does it profit, my brethren, if someone says he has faith but does not have works? Can faith save him? If a brother or sister is naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you say to them, "Depart in peace, be warm and filled," but you do not give them the things which are needed for the body, what does it profit? Thus, also faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead. The grassroots community activist movement will portray an authentic form of Christianity. GRCAM is a Christian socialist organization. A Christian socialist is a form of socialism based on the teachings of Jesus. Many Many Christian socialists believe that capitalism is idolatrous and rooted in greed, social inequality, and institutionalized racism, which most Christian denominations consider a moral sin. We will focus on what we stand for, which is love, compassion, social justice, and liberation theology. Jesus commands us to be witness to others, not just for us to read his word, but to activate social change in the world, according to Luke chapter 4, verse 18 through 19. The mission of the grassroots community activist movement is to spread the love of Jesus Christ to individuals, families, and communities through a holistic approach rooted in our fundamental understanding of human beings as created in God's image, as well as meet the need of the community we will serve. Those who will join my management team will be committed to the healing ministry of Jesus by showing compassion to inner city youth and their families, which will promote dignity to the people and community we will serve. I will also build bridges or alliances with progressive African Americans, African immigrants, Afro-Brazilians, Afro-Caribbeans, our non-black sympathizers, as well as all Christian denominations. I also will extend a hand of friendship with moderate Muslims and secular people who are interested in working with me and turning my plan into a reality. It's my hope that Rakan will become the hub in the Midwest for emerging artists and upcoming black entrepreneurs. Under our nonprofit division, we will focus on the charitable foundation, which will raise money for our homeless individuals, as well as our second chance program for ex-offenders based on our budget and sponsorship. All of our funding will go directly to benefit the people who we will serve. Rakan will confront one of the most challenging battles in our society today, and that is urban violence. Second would be substance abuse, poverty, and high unemployment in our inner cities in America, starting in Chicago. In contrast, under our for-profit business initiative, we will do a partnership of our private employment business opportunities to our members by ensuring fairness, equality, and standards of excellence. Our business initiative will work to improve employment opportunities for our future employees entering into the entertainment industry, the manufacturing industry, as well as the advertisement industry, which will ensure that we produce a skilled workforce within the communities we serve. Through GRCAM, skilled workers through our Christian business will help raise respect back to the African American community and its residents. GRCAM will offer apprenticeship programs to individuals seeking information about careers in the trade industry. Apprenticeship programs have provided employment opportunities to get classroom instructions, as well as, I would say, on-the-job training without the burden of large student loans for, our students. Our students will learn and have access to the state-of-the-art technology in the trades. Our films and stage plays will help fund our apprenticeship programs and services. The community pledge will be a sign of commitment from our members, students, staff, and community residents. And again, Again, that's the heart of this organization that makes us different from these other organizations that's already out there. What I've written in my book is my pledge to the community that's willing to become equal partners with us. Because we're not going to just start an organization in a community that don't want our programs and services. But right now, my goal is trying to at least find 10 people within the United States that read my story, meet the qualifications I'm looking for. It's going to pass those background checks for those persons to make themselves known. Everything in my book, I provide all my contact information. So, that's basically what this is about. My pledge is only to our members, and I will work with them and their families for life as long as they remain members. We will provide well-trained employees and proficient, skilled workforce for the city of Chicago. CAM is also about building a strong, unified global community and providing basic resources to families that want to utilize our programs and services. Our commitment is to strengthen the Black family and provide quality programs and services which will help improve the lives of our members, no matter their gender, age, race, or religion. My goal is to move my virtual Christian organization from behind a computer, starting here in Chicago. The only thing which is preventing me from starting my Christian organization is the lack of manpower in the capital. This is why I turned to social media to get my message out to the public through my YouTube videos, my social groups, my blog postings, my blog talk radio show, my show on Speaker, and now through my revised book, The Solution for Black America. I have my publisher at CreateSpace to lower my revised book from $25 to $15 in order to fit into my supporters' budgets. So I'm trying to make it reasonable. I want everybody in the United States to know my story and my plan that my Creator has given me, which is my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. As well as to eventually expand my Christian organization from 10 cities within 10 states here in America and expand to the African continent within 10 different countries on the African continent. I'm called just like Nehemiah, who was called by God to restore the walls of Jerusalem. I'm called to restore our inner cities in America. I've been pushing my vision for the past 25 years. But a lot of these religious, I would say, leaders, they have big egos. A lot of them, they lost sight of the calling about focusing on the least of these. Instead they're focusing on making larger mega churches and getting caught up in people's coming to church in terms of like for a fashion show and just to be entertained by good songs. And yet Chicago currently right now is the murder capital, and that doesn't look good, especially for Christians, to turn their backs on what Jesus Christ taught us to do. And so I'm not looking for Christian leaders. I'm looking for ordinary Christians, Bible believers. Help me get this book on that bestsellers list. Pray about it. Pray that the Lord will open up these doors. I'm doing the best that I can. I'm only one black man with a plan. And my plan came from my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And so, and there's no failure in God, so I don't even think about surrendering. But I'm just doing the best that I can. I'm not interested in writing any more books. My book is just the beginning. I'm trying to build the best African American business within the Midwest, and eventually, the Lord blessed me with those African immigrants that's here within the United States to work with me to expand Bricam over to 10 countries in Africa, starting on the West Africa, then eventually East Africa and South Africa, as well as some parts of, I would say, like the Middle Central Africa, like Kenya and Uganda and things like that. I'm calling upon solidarity among Christians and grassroots organizations to challenge the narrative being used to scapegoat and punish the urban poor, instead of focus on supporting the dignity of God's children. Pathetic resistance examines the structure which helps to address racial and economic exclusion in order to support corporate profit and the harmful impact it has on the black family and the black community. The task of pathetic resistance is to raise the consciousness. We have to speak out against criminality within our culture, as well as resist the adultery in our culture. Today, our children are bombarded with subliminal messages from mainstream media about power, money, materialism, and fame as being successful in life. Everyone is subject, but keeping people poor and uneducated makes it even worse. American society continues institutionalized racism, oppression, and individualism. Graham challenged the dominant culture by affirming life and the inheritance worth of each person. I am speaking of a system that causes enormous suffering to the human family in order to sustain the status quo of money that guarantees privilege to a few. As Christians and all people of goodwill, we are living in the end times. The way we lessen these worsening crises is by people's involvement and participation. The best way to help me with my cause is by purchasing my revised book and sharing my book information with your family, friends, places of worship, and also at your local community center. I provide a link to my book under the comment section of this video, as well as other links to my online talk show. I'm not asking for any donations. Instead, I want, again, everyone in America to know my story, and for 10 individuals within the United States who have read my story and meet the qualifications that I'm looking for those persons to please make yourself known and join my management team. So that way, this organization can be effective and successful for years to come. We can pass it on to the new millennials and people that want more out of life. As an organization, commitment to raising awareness and assistance to families that want to utilize our programs and services. We all have mountains to climb, but when it comes to help stop the genocide in American ghettos, no child should have to climb that mountain alone. GRCAM is membership-based and private in order for me to weed out people who don't care about our inner-city youth, their families, or the black community. No hardened criminals, no active gang members, no urban terrorists, no pedophiles, and no half-steppers allowed in my organization. This is how I get down. GRCAM is open to all ordinary law-abiding citizens, all racial groups, and undiscovered artists. This is my contribution back to my community, society, and throughout the African diaspora. Thank you for listening to my message. Again, all I'm asking people to do is first read my story. Pray over it. Ask God to open up your understanding. I only want to hear from those that's in agreement. I don't have time to debate with people. As far as I'm concerned, I'm very deep-rooted into my cause. No man or woman on earth is going to change the vision that my Creator has given me. Even if it doesn't come to pass in my lifetime, that's fine. It's already in writing, so God is going to make him come to pass. He'll use maybe the third or fourth next generation. But I'm doing the best that I can. And I documented all the stuff that I've done back in the early 90s. All my experiences. The cam is not for religious people. It's for spiritual people. And that's why it's private. I'm not putting up with that stuff up in this organization. The Lord gave me this vision and I claim ownership. It's also based on my personal life experience. So, this is my gift to people that want more out of life. And instead of, I would say, black people depending on these career politicians and the government to create jobs and all that stuff in our inner cities, all I ask for is give my organization a chance. Again, we do the best that we can. And again, I'm not asking for any donations. I believe the Lord is going to supply me with all the things that I need through my revised book, through my story. And so I come as an authentic African American, and I'm ready to move from behind this computer and make our presence known in our inner city, starting here in Chicago, first on the west side of Chicago, and then we're going to expand to the south side of Chicago. We want to hold road cops as well as urban terrorists accountable for their actions under our political party. GRCAM is going to be based on a social service component, a spiritual component, and a political component. Those are the three main components. They're separate, but they're going to all do different functions, but they're going to focus on different agendas. And so that's all I'm trying to do. We're going to focus kind of like the Amish culture. But instead of, like they live off the land, we're going to focus on improving the urban environment. We're not trying to live off the land, but we are going to use our nonprofit as well as our for-profit as a way to sustain our programs and services for funding. And we want to build cooperative alliances beyond the black community and work with people that want to work with us. And in time, we will support those who support us. So I'm not looking to give people, just like for charity, for people to be a charity case. Under GRCAM, we want to make sure that we help people reach their life goals and give them a hand up, not a handout. And that's basically all this is. It's been a rough time for me to try to get my message out, but that's why I'm doing these videos. I want people to take this call serious. And again, I want to focus on people that's in agreement. If we're in agreement, then we can get this thing started. Thank you all for watching this video, and hopefully I don't have to make any more videos. I've done enough videos on here on YouTube saying the same thing, but basically I just try to paraphrase what I say but bottom line is all the same thing. I'm just trying to get my message out, and again, I want to get the business now, and I'm not interested in writing any more books. So this is my gift to Black America. This is my gift to Africa. This is my gift to Brazil, and this is my gift to the Caribbean islands. I'm ready. If I had the capital now, I would start the business right now. But again, I want to make sure I have a good team in place so that way we don't make mistakes. And I'm looking again for those a legitimate film director and producer to work with me to turn my story into a motion picture. And if you got the talents and skills in terms of being an actor, if you want to participate in our open audition for the film, just keep that line of communication open with me. Okay? All right. That's all I have to say. Peace and blessings.